Welcome, friends. So, today I want to share with you all something little personal, but maybe a little surprising. I have been meditating for over more than 12 years, and I experienced this recurring episodes of anger. And ironically, right after the meditation, like while the meditative state was blissful, what followed often was not. And I was left puzzled, even guilty sometimes. Why was this happening? And the answer I found led me to a deeper understanding of karma, soul layers, and healing. And this story, I feel, is just not mine, and it might also reflect your own journey. But before I go further, there is a little disclaimer that what I'm going to share here is my personal journey, my personal truth, born from the years of my own inner work, study, and spiritual exploration. It's not an absolute truth. It's a reflection of my own ongoing evolution. So please receive this with openness. For years, till date, meditation has stayed my anchor. But there was a phase in my life where, right after the meditation, instead of peace, I would feel a wave of anger. My energy would shift, my expression, my behavior, my words, it would reflect it. And I just couldn't understand why. Like all of us know that, meditation in its pure essence, it is meant to bring us calm, it is meant to liberate us and to bring us out of this, zones of denseness within us. But what I realized eventually was that it doesn't bypass our wounds. It brings them to surface. It gently shines the light on what is stayed unresolved within us. A famous psychologist, Carl Jung, he said that unless and until you make your unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Meditation, it lifts our frequency. But if we carry unresolved anger, guilt, fear, resentment, grief, these dense layers, they rise to the surface when we meditate. It demands a different level of maturity to not get entangled in what is getting surfaced. But most of us do. And so I have come to realize that until we do process this and heal that, we get stuck. Our scriptures, Mundak Upanishad, it says that, who are we? We are Aham Brahmasmi. Like, I am the divine. That is our highest goal. This is what we need to realize. What is Brahman? Brahman is the creator, the whole, that pure source from which we all have come. And as a human being, our soul's journey is to return to that source, that macrocosmic Brahman. But we can't do that. Why? Because we are covered up, layer upon layer, like an onion, with unresolved emotions and karmic imprints and patterns formed through ignorance and pain. Like, just imagine a soul dying in fear from an accident or ending a life filled with betrayal and guilt and grief and anger. These emotions don't disappear, they become part of our soul's memory, adding dense layers that carry over into the next life. Each deeply felt emotions of unresolved issue becomes a karmic imprint for the soul. They stay hidden in our subconscious and become our sanchit karma. Unfinished business the soul must resolve. Each life we come back to resolve some of this karmic imprints, and this we call prarabdha karma. And so, even after we are born again, we keep attracting similar experiences. Why? To finally get healed and heal them. Friends, life is not random, is what I have come to realize. The soul chooses its life circumstances, relationships, traumas, wounds. Why? Because for a soul, earth is a school. And in this school, if it learns its lesson, it gets upgraded and it evolves to the next grade. We reincarnate with karmic blueprints to resolve our prarabdha karma. Few of the unfinished lessons from our past. And like, how a diamond forms under the pressure, our soul purifies through the challenges. And while working on this unresolved issues. But here is a twist. When we get born, we forget our soul's plan. Our childhood experiences, especially if there have been difficult circumstances, toxic ones, it can create new wounds or it crystallizes the already present one, which have been carried. So, unless we do some inner work, we may live stuck in the cycles of pain and suffering. Every life, we are given a choice to make our unconscious conscious or not, to learn our lessons or repeat them, to purify our inner microcosm, and or to stay stuck in the drama and density. Because of this unresolved businesses, this layers of defenses gets created, and this is called, that forms our ego self, the false identity, and we want to hold on to that. And so we keep reacting with blame, judgments, anger, fear. And this is how the karmic cycle deepens. But the soul seeks freedom. True healing begins when we take the responsibility for our journey. Like, if we see like Mirabai or Lord Mahavira or Kabirji or Raman Maharshi ji, all this, pious souls, they faced immense suffering. But they did not really suffer. They didn't even see others as their enemies. They could operate from a higher truth. But can we do that? We all, like, we do our bit, like we go to temples, we do our sadhanas, we do our rituals, kriyas, meditation. These are all sacred doors, no doubt. But often these doors, it just brings the hidden unresolved issues on the surface. And for many of us, especially the early souls of early stage of evolution, they are not well equipped to handle this. And then they got caught up, they get trapped, and they end up generating more dense layers. So, like, and we haven't we seen, these peoples who fast, who do prayers, who go to temples, like all through their life regularly for years together, but they still remain stuck in their, anger, judgment, or in the victimhood cycle. And what I've realized is that, it's because there is this conscious inner work is lacking, and the rituals have become mechanical. These things open the door. But what I've seen is that, these tools like inner child healing or family constellation, past life regression, and likewise, it helps us to walk through this door with grace. They help to resolve this dense, heavy, and karmically unresolved stuffs. Coming back to my story, my own breakthrough came when, one of my friends introduced me to this inner child healing work when I was doing my research and I was undergoing these patterns of anger and issues in my life. And later, I also explored family constellation and past life regression work. And suddenly, things began to make sense for me. I realized that my anger was not bad. It was just a signal, a messenger pointing towards unhealed pain within me. This inner work helped me to make my unconscious conscious consciously. I realized it is one thing to know the law of karma, but it's another thing to get aligned with it, to live it experientially. This work has helped me to become or come to the peace with lot of my past, shed layer of my angers, understand my soul's journey with compassion. And of course, I'm still a work in progress. My journey stays on, but there is a lot of transformation. It helped me to shift from why this is happening to me to what is this here to teach me. And that is a significant inner shift anyone can ever experience. So, to everyone on the spiritual path, especially if you are a meditator or doing your sadhanas, and if you find yourself stuck, feeling angry or victimized, just know that it's not that you're failing over here. It's just that you are ready to go deeper. And I was like, now can you just understand and begin to feel the depth and the possibility and also the spirituality behind Carl Jung's words that until you make your unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. This is how I've come to understand the beautiful union between science and spiritualism. Carl Jung and many deep thinkers explored the metaphysical aspects of our psyche. Our scriptures, our divine masters, they have offered us timeless wisdom for soul evolution. And between them stands this inner work offered through various healing modalities that helps us to purify the turning soul layer by layer and learn its lesson and discover its purpose. It helps to resolve karma, reawaken soul's wisdom, and guide us towards that final destination we call Aham Brahmasmi. I am that. Because our soul didn't come here to suffer, it came here to remember. Thank you for watching. Until the next time, stay anchored, stay awake, and stay empowered. Bye.